Merry Christmas from HDNEWS Tech. So this video is going to be about my, I think it was my junior year in high school. And part of my 8th grade in school, I met my friends. Now they're in, they got different jobs, higher paying jobs, of course, than me. But, it's all right. But, it was a year when my dad's father passed away. And he was always a nice man. He always would come home from my middle school. I would get out, ride with my mom or a bus ride over to I was so short, only a couple miles away from the school. And he would always cook chili, hot dogs sometimes, popcorn, even spaghetti, which was the best. I mean, chili was the best, no doubt, because of what he did. And he always bring groceries into the house, He's always that kind of nice guy. And he did like my sister a lot when she was born into this world. And I'm actually 15 years older than her, believe it or not. And that likes, how long it's been, And I think he died in 2008. And believe it or not, that was actually one of the best years I think I had for high school. Because my high school team for Duquoin, believe it or not, went to Champaign up north as for the state game. We keep beating other teams in the playoffs, and we end up going to state where we got beat by United Way West, and it was a mistake with a catch. One of my buddies didn't do it correctly. He didn't catch the ball, and we could have won that game, but you can't have both things. And I remember going up 3-4 hours, like 5 hours or more from the high school. And I would do probably with my coach, Al Martin. He would always keep me under his wing, regardless. Even if I had this, autism and hemophilia and then other, but he still liked me regardless, and I still enjoy that. And he's still living, thankfully. He may not be the head coach as of right now, but he would always watch after me in math and, science for, special education, classes in high school. And he always tell us things. He would celebrate my birthday every March 1st of the year. And Charlie, my dad's father, the last time I got to go with him, actually, before he passed away in May of 2008, like May 30th, he was very ill with cancer, with lung cancer, and he had heart issues. They ended up killing him because his heart exploded. And I went to, breakfast, I was like, hey, I'm 17 now, in 2008, in like March. And he says, no, you're not. You were born in the afternoon, which I didn't know at the time. I was born in the PM time. I wasn't a morning kid. So, yeah, I'm technically not in the morning, but afternoons when I aged. And that was the last time I get to be with him. Because I honestly miss him till this day. I do have dreams about him. Not very often, but I did have one lately of him. I think it was actually a good one, actually. He knew about the hemophilia being finally able to be cured, which is coming soon. And there is a cure being genetically engineered, but, it seemed that being costing so much to get it. And right now it's really effective. But, I'd rather go with the Lord anyway. And just $3 million? No, thank you. Too much money. That's how much it probably costs to get rid of this hemophilia, for sure. And I would not pay that, okay? It's a lot of money. If it wears out, I don't know what could happen, But, he did make a point that this is finally going to be gone from his grandson, whose mom's father, my mom's father's family had this a couple of generations. And it's kind of tough at times, but He'd always be there on prayer playing solitaire, and we had a couple pictures of him during Christmas season. Um, and it was just nice, and we do miss him. My mom actually posted lately on her Facebook that he was a nice person, and he was, really. He might have had heart disease, but and in his life he started losing weight, and ended up catching them. And yeah, he always took me and my cousin always to his house. Like, he would pick me up a couple miles out, and we'd be playing on PS2 up in his upper room in Duquoin with, I think a couple of them were like Destroy Humans, which I didn't know this, but they actually remastered the first one. It's on the Xbox and I think PS4, and I gotta look at that. I own the first two ones for the PS4, believe it or not. When it came out, when I bought the unit, I immediately got like a ticket, like one of those PlayStation cards, bought it, and yeah, I've been playing it yesterday, and it's an old game, believe it or not, but it's still worth the funny. It's still funny, like, you can prank the cops as long as you snatch a body in the second one. But apparently I saw my sister download it on the Xbox, and I had to delete it because I already got both of them on the console on the PS4. And my Xbox doesn't have unlimited storage. It's really full, like really full of games. And over the years, including my Grand Theft Auto series of games I like. And probably Hitman. I tried to load that save from the Xbox Live, from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One recently, and it really crashed the game, and I was like, man, really, I gotta restart the whole game again? But that was one of the funniest games in 2012 when I got hired, and believe it or not, it was my first time buying a lot of things, saving, so much, there were deals, and that game was always funny. And the last part, you play the last part, you get to shoot these people, and I always would shoot them correctly. And I think in the demo, I think there's like birds being shot, like a helicopter in the air, and spoiler alert, it's M-rated and all, but I enjoy Hitman, and I always played those over there, and he would take me home, and I'd be over there it'd be like Saturday night, Sunday morning, get up, have breakfast. He'd always get his breakfast, and he'd always go to his son's house in Duquoin that had DSL internet compared to the internet now, which is back then was really slow, by the way. It was online internet. No one has that around here anymore. We have all cable or fiber optic, and I got cable, so yeah, I've been enjoying it. I had to update the console probably eventually. I heard the PS5s are already having trouble with overheating. It's like, oh man, that's not good. And I think I might see it wait for a while, because I don't think the PS4 had that when it first came out, but you can't get one anyway. Scaffers, they're buying them up and flipping them on eBay, and they don't like that. For $1,000, like, it's $500, folks. Don't go over $500. Maybe a couple hundred, but not $1,000. Please, don't give in. And that's just the thing that just makes me so mad, irritated. These people are flipping these consoles on eBay, and other websites are slower than, a snail. Walmart, same thing. And in FedEx, their crew people who are drivers, they're stealing these things out of the boxes, out of the packaging, and replacing them with George Foreman grills, or worse, cat litter, or worse, they get nothing. They just don't give the customer nothing. There's been a lot of angry customers lately with FedEx. They're the worst company, by the way. And I do have an uncle who works for them, so I can't spend too much, but they haven't been really good on the news lately with them stealing PS5s and probably Xbox Series X's NSs. They're selling more of the PS5s right now. They're snatching them up and then flipping them on eBay for $1,000. Hey, we need to feed our family. Hey, it doesn't cost that much to feed a family. You know that? It does not. There's always on sale food that's cheaper now these days. It never has been. And it's like $500 extra. You don't need that much to feed a family. You don't. So yeah, I don't support it, and I'm never doing it anyway. So no, I'll buy my phone. I'll buy my PS5 inside the store and deal with it, rather than going on eBay and buying an outrageous priced product that'll probably break because it's already having issues. The first versions are always the worst, and we knew that we were gonna have issues, and boy, there was a lot of them. Problems with crashing games, new features crashing. It's all bad. But by March, they're hoping to have a lot more stock, and those scalpers are already worrying already to their death. That's already ready to go. But I'm hoping retailers start stepping up and saying, "Hey, one per customer," or we just say in-store only, because online apparently is not a good idea when they got these bots on the internet and they're still like, "Hey, we're not using bots." Yeah, you are. Why are you lying? So yeah, I'm into humor, by the way, and give me a like as well. Don't try to give me a dislike. But you know, I don't think the PS4 was that bad. There wasn't an epidemic, so there was a lot of stock of PS4s. There were a few bad, but the PS5s are having like GPU issues on some of them, not all of them. But there's other versions of the console having trouble, and I'd rather wait, have a better made console, maybe a couple months forward to a year, when they'll be mass produced better, and there'll be a higher quantity of the consoles in the store without having trouble. So if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe and comment like below. Thank you for watching. See ya. And Merry Christmas to you two again. Why is it not working?